We are back from more Shakesyear, which is a good thing because if we were here for something else, we'd be in the wrong place. We are still working on Henry V. We've got like 4 monologues from him to finish out Act 5, Scene 2, and then we get the epilogue, and then we're done with this play. And suddenly this play turns into a romance, and Act 5, Scene 2 is largely about King Henry trying to woo Princess Catherine from France. So now that he's won the war, mostly what he wanted to win, in addition to, the lands and titles and stuff like that, was the right to marry Catherine. He wants to marry Catherine and, do the things that you do when you're married and inherit all the stuff and bring the countries together and yada yada. So yesterday we had the Duke of Burgundy saying, why can't we just be peaceful? And King Charles finally admits that he hadn't really read the articles of peace, whatever, after the war. So most of the characters go into the other room so they can go through the demands with King Charles. But Catherine is told to stay behind. King Henry's like, I'd like to speak to Catherine. And the Queen is like, yeah, you can speak to Catherine. Catherine, go chat with him. And the only other time that we've seen Catherine in this play is earlier, I want to say it's in Act 3, when she's trying to learn how to speak English with her handmaiden type person. So she doesn't speak a whole lot of English, and they start off, he starts off trying to woo her, and she's not quite sure what he's saying because there's the whole language barrier thing, and he's like, just tell me if you like me. And she's like, what does that mean, to like someone? I don't even know. And he's like, well, then just tell me if you love me. And she's like, excuse me, I understand well. And he says, Mary, if you would put me to verses or to dance for your sake, Kate, why, you undid me. For the one, I have neither words nor measure, and for the other, I have no strength in measure, yet a reasonable measure in strength. If I could win a lady at leapfrog, or by vaulting into my saddle with my armor on my back, under the correction of bragging be it spoken, I should quickly leap into a wife. Or if I might buffet for my love, or bound my horse for her favors, I could lay on like a butcher and sit like a jackanapes, never off. But before God, Kate, I cannot look greenly, nor gasp out my eloquence, nor I have no cunning in protestation, only downright oaths, which I never use till urge, nor never break for urging. If thou canst love a fellow of this temper, Kate, whose face is not worth sunburning, that never looks in his glass for love of anything he sees there, let thine eye be thy cook. I speak to thee, plain soldier. If thou canst love me for this, take me. If not, to say to thee that I shall die is true, but for thy love, by the love, no. Yet I love thee too. And while thou livest, dear Kate, take a fellow of plain and uncoined constancy, for he perforce must do thee right, because he hath not the gift to woo in other places. For these fellows of infinite tongue that can rhyme themselves into ladies' favors, they do always reason themselves out again. What? A speaker is but a prater, a rhyme is but a ballad, a good leg will fall, a straight back will stoop, a black beard will turn white, a curled pate will grow bald, a fair face will wither, a full eye will wax hollow, but a good heart, Kate, is the sun and the moon. Or rather, the sun and not the moon, for it shines bright and never changes, but keeps his course truly. If thou would have such a one, take me, and take me, take a soldier, take a king. And what sayst thou then, my love? Speak fair, and fairly, I pray thee. And she responds, should I fall in love with the enemy of my country? Yay, feminism. So yeah, he's not quite down and out. I mean, he it's funny to me that he tries to be eloquent knowing that he can't be eloquent, but specifically to a woman who barely speaks his language. But anyway, he's gonna keep trying to woo her for the rest of the scene, and we'll find out by the end whether or not he succeeds. Or if you know history, you already know whether or not he succeeds. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.